Hi everyone, it's Nikki from Gummy Line Plans. Today I'm doing another different kind of video, and I'm actually starting a series which was requested by my sister, who has been supporting my channel since I started, but she's not a planner girl, and it's just not her thing. But she thinks that she thought that the whole thing was real pretty, with all the stickers and things like that. And then she asked the question, but how does one start? So I'm doing a 5-part series now called Planning 101, and it's basically going to take you through how to start planning, why and how we plan, all the way through to the different types of planners that you can get, and the reason, not the reason, the different formats that you can get for planning, and just to find your groove basically in getting organized. So what I've done is I've made up a timed thing. We're going to talk today about time blocking. But what I first wanted to just chat about very quickly was, why do we plan? So, the planning community is huge overseas, and it's getting quite big in South Africa, and it's become, a lot of people see it as a hobby because of the decorating. You put your your stickers. I must pull my sleeves up. You put your stickers in. So this is my happy planner. And I use stickers, and I make it pretty, and that's how I plan, and I'm productive at the same time. You get people who are minimalists, so they will just have a black and white, or just a very minimal sort of layout, but they are still productive as well. So the whole point of planning is to be productive. And the first question I want to answer as well is the difference between having a diary and having a planner. Because in South Africa, in January, we get our diaries, and we go to P&A and we go to CNA, and there's nothing wrong with that. And we get our diaries, and it's a page, normally, generally A4, A5. Please excuse my dogs. And it's got times down the side, and basically that's it. You might have a monthly section at the side. Sorry, I just want to grab one to show you. I actually got one on sale. So generally at the beginning of the month, you would have a monthly planner, or you would have the little blocks laid out like that, and then you get your everyday like that. And that's fine if all you want to do is to track your appointments. But there's these days we've got so many different things that we're involved with. There are people who are involved with their children, their work, most of us have got a little small business on the side, maybe church activities, maybe we've got community groups that we belong to, and a lot of that is, it takes a lot of sort of managing so that we don't drop the balls that we like throwing in the air at the moment. The other thing is as well is that there are other aspects of our lives that in a planner you can track that. So for example, your wellness, so if you're tracking your dietary things, your workouts, if you're tracking your social media, if you're tracking meal planning, if you're doing school schedules, and all that sort of thing. So planning is so much more than keeping a diary, and it is becoming quite big in South Africa. So what I wanted to start off with was the absolute basics of planning, and how to actually get your time managed in such a way that you're not overwhelmed with everything that you have to do, and you get everything done as much as you possibly can. Remembering, of course, that we are not made to be perfect. So do not aim for perfection, because you are not going to get it. And if you do aim for perfection, you are going to be disappointed, and it can be very off-putting. I have been there. I have done that. I have, there's a concept in the planner community called planner peace. It does not exist. Let me tell you right now, planner peace does not exist. You're forever changing up what works for you and what doesn't, because our lives are changing all the time. So what I've got here, this is just from one of my happy planners, and in the third video, I'll be going through the different types of planners you get, like Filofaxes and bound books and happy planners and all that sort of thing. But this is from my happy planner, and it's just a weekly layout, and I just made up a week. This is not my kind of week. I just made it up as I went along, and I just need to grab my pen. So what we've got at the top here, we've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This is what's known as a vertical layout. I will be discussing the different layouts and the different types of planners that you can get next week. But for now, we've got our timed here, so it's from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and we've got our priorities, so like our to-dos are over here. So when you are using a diary, when you get a dentist appointment and you get a doctor's appointment, what you do is you go into your diary, you go into that day and you put it in by the time that it is. You do the same thing in your planner. Your planner is part diary. Let's not forget that the reason that we need it is that we need to know what we're doing and when we're doing it. So I've put in here that, say for example, this person, which is not me, but this person goes to the gym every day at 7 o'clock. This Monday they've got a meeting. I put a little line that goes down that just shows that the meeting actually is scheduled for 2 hours. They take lunch at 1, then they go home at 5. On the Tuesday, they've got a meeting from 12 until 2. Then they do lunch. They've got a meeting on the Wednesday. And then they've got an actual lunch meeting, which is from 12 till 3. Here we've got 2 meetings, lunch meeting. And then on the weekend, they've got the gym and they go to church and they've got a dinner out. What happens now is we've got these to-dos that we have to do, and I just put a few here, but I know that some of us have a to-do list as long as our arm, and it can be very overwhelming to look at that to-do list at the beginning of the week and thinking, how am I going to get all this done when I've got all these appointments? Because if you look just at that part over there, you can actually see it looks really busy. And so where are you going to get time to do what I've written here? So I've written here to do agenda for the Wednesday 10 a.m. meeting, social media stats report, file tax, call Janet, sales report, marketing brainstorm, prep for filming tomorrow, film and edit, and upload and post links. I mean, at the beginning of the week, you look at this and you think, where am I going to find the time to do the things that I need to do? And so what we do then is a thing called time blocking. So I do this on a Saturday or a Sunday for the following week. And what I do, remembering that this is not set in stone. Meetings change, your time changes, so things change. So this is not set in stone, but it's a plan going forward for that week. So what you would do is you would say, okay, so here on the Monday, the 2 most important priorities I've got here is my agenda for the Wednesday 10 a.m. meeting, and then I've got to do the social media statistics report, and then there's daily things that we have to do. So if you're working in, and I'm presuming that this person works in an office, so if you're working in an office, for example, you've got things that you've got to do every day. You've got to check emails. You've got to check in on whatever the things that are specific to the job that you do. So my suggestion is that this person has got an 8 a.m. slot every day at 8 o'clock. So I'm going to write in here that they check email. Now, it doesn't take an hour to check email, but you're allocating that time because sometimes you might have to action something on that email straight away. You can't put it in your inbox, for example, or forward it on to someone else or whatever like that. So it just gives you time. The whole thing about planning is to give you time to do the things that you need to do. So check email. Oops. My handwriting is awful today, so don't look at it. Okay, so check email. So every day we know at 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock they go to gym, 8 o'clock they're going to check their email. And you could even, if you were in that kind of a company or position or everything like that, just quickly check your social media stats as well. So here we go. We've got a meeting here at 9 o'clock till 11 o'clock, and then we've got time, 2 hours available from 11 to 12 before lunch is at 1 o'clock. So we've got to do the agenda for Wednesday at 10 a.m. It's pretty important to have the agenda because you would have to send it out. So I would say here we do you could, for example, do the agenda over here for WED. Leave yourself some space. Don't fill up every single space on your planner. That is the one thing. Don't fill every single space up because things happen. Things happen. You get unexpected phone calls. You get this person who needs this help with you quickly and all that sort of thing. So don't fill up. So we're going to leave that free there. There's lunch there. Straight after lunch, we're going to do the social media stats report. So social media stat report, and we're going to give ourselves an hour to do that. Actually, it can be quite a hectic thing, so we'll give ourselves 2 hours to do that, and then we leave ourselves 4 p.m. is when you gather your thoughts and you clean your desk and you tidy up and all that sort of thing, and you also go back to checking emails and things like that, and 5 p.m. you go home. Now, remembering that this is made up, okay, so everybody's is different, and I'm just trying to give you an idea of how you would actually just go about putting your to-do list into your schedule so that you get everything done that you possibly can. Now, if something happens, for example, your boss calls you in for an urgent meeting after lunch and you don't get to do your social media status report, all you do is you put your little arrow over there, then, so that was done, and then this has been migrated over, and you need to find time the next day because it's got to be out by Tuesday for the meeting on Wednesday. So then you would just slot it in here in the morning somewhere. So I think you get what I'm saying here. So file tax, I am not an office person. I have no idea how long that takes, so I'm just going to put here at 9 o'clock we file tax, and we'll say that we've got problems with systems, so we'll say that it takes us 2 hours. Call Janet. You might have a few other calls to make and everything like that, so we can just make calls. We've got a meeting, we've got lunch over here, and over here we just leave this time open to maybe go back to things that we didn't get finished from the day before and on that same day. So Wednesday comes along, we've got a meeting, we've got a lunch, it's a working lunch. So we don't actually have a lot of time over here, but we need to work on the sales report. So we can start working on the sales report over here. And then depending on when it's due, you could maybe schedule it in for the following day as well. And then marketing brainstorm, and that could be with a few people. So then you could say at 3 o'clock you could do your marketing and so on. Prep for filming tomorrow, so you've got one priority for the day there. So you could do that after lunch. And then film and edit and upload and post the links. You've got from 9 until 1. So you would actually just take that whole time to do both of those there. And then your Saturday and Sunday, obviously you're going to do what you're going to do. But I mean, most weekly planners or even daily planners, you can do this in a daily or a weekly, but you do it a week in advance, so that what you've got is you've actually got a blueprint for your week, and you can actually see that, yes, these are the important things that I need to get done. It's like that analogy of having the big jar, and you fill it with your big stones first. Those would be your meetings that you've got to go to. Then you fill it with the smaller stones in between, so that would be then your things that you have to do, your tasks in other words, and then you fill the rest with sand, and that would be your little things that just crop up during the day and things like that. So I hope this makes sense. It's the first time I've done something like this. My time blocking doesn't look like this. I've honed mine in. I use two planners. I have a business planner and I have a personal planner, and I work from my personal planner, and then I plan my tasks in my business planner. So I mean, it doesn't have to be in one page, but as starting out, it's good to have it on one page. It doesn't need to be neat. You could actually just use a piece of paper or a spreadsheet. If you are a computer person, use it on to make a spreadsheet. Just put everything in like that, print it out, keep it next to you on your desk, and then you know like more or less where you are and what you're doing, and leaving yourself times where you can manage those unexpected things that come up is really vitally important. You really, I cannot stress this enough. You cannot, or I just don't advise you to chock-a-block block your time off, because you're not leaving any room for, you know, the unexpected. So that's basically what I have for you in terms of time blocking. And yeah, and I hope it makes sense. If you want to see my if you want to see my my version of doing it the way that I do it, please let me know, and I'll quickly slip it in before next week's video. We are going to be having 5 videos, so just to let you know, we are going to be having 5 videos in this series, and they're going to run every, I don't want to get this wrong, every Monday. So I'm filming this now on Monday, and I'm going to upload it now. And then, so today was the why plan and the basics of planning time blocking. Next week, we'll be doing different layouts. So it would be like this vertical, your horizontal, your full page, you know, and things like that. And all the different sort of types of layouts that you get, because gone are the days where it's just a page a day. Those days are over. The following week, video number 3 will be the different types of planning. So that's going to be your actual physical planner. So are you going to use a Filofax? Are you going to use a Happy Planner? Are you going to use a traveler's notebook? Are you going to use just a bound diary? You know, so I'm going to go through all of those and have different examples of those. I'm also going to talk about the bullet journal in that video. For those of you who haven't heard of the bullet journal, I highly suggest that you go to bulletjournal.com and watch Ryder Carroll. He's the creator of the bullet journal. Watch his intro video and just have a look there. But I will be going in slightly into the bullet journal in video 3. I'll also be talking about the different types of planners you get in terms of not layout, but as in every planner will have a monthly of some sorts, and then you either get a daily and a monthly, or a weekly and a monthly, or a daily, weekly and a monthly. So just the pros and cons of all of those. Video number 4 will be extras that you can add to your planner to track things that you want to track, or like meal planning, for example, having a whole habit tracking section, your wellness, social media, school schedules, your gym workouts, and you know, if you're following a program, or you know, there's so many different things that you can add to your planner. It's not just a diary. And then the final video number 5, is going to be called To Decorate or Not to Decorate, because of course things can be really pretty. You can make it as pretty as you want it to be and still be functional, or you can be a minimalist if you're a minimalist, or you can be an in-betweener, and I'm going to show you examples of all of those. So that's what I have for you today. Like I said, a bit of a different kind of video. Please let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.